the idea of using loans for infinite banking. All right, and I'm going to start that again because I'm actually working on multiple formats here, so now we have everything running smoothly. So I wanted to talk to you about using loans for infinite banking. Sometimes there can be this idea that if I use a loan to use my capital, that somehow I'm going backwards, because there can be this really negative connotation about borrowing or being in debt or paying interest. And I want to help you understand why I and many other wealth creators who are using infinite banking love using life insurance policy loans in creating wealth, and how it actually helps us to accelerate and build time and money freedom faster. So here's the 4 reasons. Number 1, you get to use other people's money. Now, OPM, you might be familiar with this term. Robert Kiyosaki, I think, probably is the first one who talked about this idea. But if you can keep your money compounding and growing while putting other people's money to work, you're in a strategic advantaged position. Let's say that more clearly. You're in a position with a strategic advantage. The reason is that you have the ability to keep your money growing and compounding. That means that you never interrupt that compounding. And at the same time, you get to use capital. And what does that mean? That means it's earning something for you and you can use it at the same time. That means that you can go invest in another opportunity. And if that opportunity is going to create returns for you, you are in a strategically advantaged position because you're earning money in this first asset and the second asset at the same time. So your money, when you're able to use a loan, your money keeps growing and compounding uninterrupted. What's the power of this? Well, if you have ever looked at a compound interest growth curve, you know it's like a hockey stick. So it starts really slow at the beginning and it's barely creeping up, and you'd say, well, it doesn't feel like interest is working in my favor. But once you hit this point where you have been earning compound interest for a time, then it starts to really exponentially curve upwards, and you see the strategic advantage of compound interest at the end of the curve, not at the beginning. That's why it's so easy for people to say, I'm not really earning anything when I keep my money growing, and so they get out before they see that advantage, that leverage. So what you want to do is have the ability to keep your money compounding and growing by keeping it in your control and never stopping that compounding, so that you can reap the long-term benefits of compound interest. But we don't just want to tie up our capital and never use it, because what kind of a life would that be? That's not growing wealth. So we need to be able to use compound interest and also get good returns at the same time. How do we do that? Well, with life insurance, this is let me just back up for a second. If you're not familiar with infinite banking, it is a strategy of doing exactly what we're talking about. Storing capital where you get the most safety, liquidity, and growth as possible, and you borrow against your capital using a policy loan. Now, this is using a whole life insurance product that is specially designed. It's a high cash value, dividend paying life insurance policy with a mutual company. There's a special design that allows you to have early cash value, but also long-term growth. Now, what's key about this is that your growth rate is faster than anything I've seen in any typical capital storage location. So we're talking about comparing to bank savings or bank checking or a CD or money market account or something like that. So we are not talking about a high risk or high return vehicle. We're talking about something that is a strategic, safe place to store cash. So life insurance designed in this way allows you to do this powerfully. And they use life insurance loans specifically to achieve the maximum advantage. So why? It's because you're able to use the banking principle of arbitrage to increase your wealth faster. What do I mean? Well, the bank is able to take our capital deposits, pay us a small interest rate, and turn around and take that money and loan it out so that they can earn more interest. That spread is arbitrage. Now, this ties into point number 4, using the cost of capital in your favor, because here's the key. You'll always have a cost of capital. There's a cost of capital if you finance because you pay interest. There's also a cost of capital when you use cash because you give up your ability to earn interest. And that is crucial to recognize. So instead of thinking about minimizing or shrinking the cost of capital, knowing that we never can get away from a true cost of capital. You're either paying interest or giving up the ability to earn it. Instead, we want to not only pay for the cost of capital, we want our capital to work as hard as possible for us so that it earns better returns than what we are having to pay for that cost of capital. And that spread is called arbitrage. We can absolutely do that. Imagine if you're taking a loan at 1% and you're going to go ahead and turn around 5% or earn 5% with that money. That's actually a 400% or 400 times return. So we want to think about, how can I pay the cost of capital but go earn more? And how do I earn more? I earn more by investing in what I know and control. So that's just a sneak peek at the idea of using a life insurance policy loan and why it's tremendously advantageous for you in terms of using capital for opportunities to grow your business or using capital for opportunities to invest, because in either case, you're looking at using the capital in a position where you're going to earn more than what you paid on that cost of capital. So I forgot to ask you in the beginning, but if you like this video, I would love for you to hit the like button. Please subscribe. And I also would love to hear your comments. So if you have questions about this particular topic or questions about infinite banking in general, questions about building time and money freedom in general, I would love to hear your questions. So specifically on this video, if you would love to comment below, I would love for you to comment below and share with me if you have questions about taking life insurance loans and what that means to you. Now, also, I would love to share with you that we have a guide called the Quick and Easy Privatized Banking Guide for Investors. And this allows you to really dig deeper and see how using life insurance and investing at the same time, not just investing, but doing both at the same time and stacking your money and doing more than one thing at the same time allows you to accelerate time and money freedom that much faster. So that is over at privatizedbankingsecrets.com. And also, if you're interested in talking with an advisor, you can talk to us at themoneyadvantage.com. You can link over to our calendar and get on our advisor's calendar. Thank you so much, and we look forward to sharing more videos like this with you next time. I'll see you then.